What's up, guys? Your girl Luca here. Just wanted to get a quick video out for y'all about Jim Ryan doing an interview. Discussing various topics, including how PlayStation 5 exclusives will increase while PC versions remain staggered, says Jim Ryan. So let's go ahead and go through the article together. But before we get into that, if I can ask you guys, please hit the like button, it'd be much appreciated. SIE President and CEO Jim Ryan was featured in an interview published today by Japanese website Famitsu. The interviewer went through various topics, okay, including the improved supply chain of PS5 consoles. As you guys are all aware, it has been very difficult to get a PS5 and an Xbox Series X over the last couple of years. I think it's a lot better now, but I got my stuff day one, so I'm not like haven't been keeping up with any of that stuff, but I know that people were having some huge issues with it. So improved supply chain for the PS5 consoles. And Ryan highlighted that the PlayStation 5 had registered the best start ever for a Sony console, which makes sense coming off the PS4, which was a very, very strong generation for PlayStation. All right, so Sony plans to maintain favorable momentum thanks to upcoming PlayStation 5 exclusives. So it's actually interesting that this interview came out when it did, because they also announced a PlayStation 5, or a PlayStation that is, conference that they'll be doing next week, a showcase, uh, which will, I believe it'll be on Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure that they're going to have a lot more things that they're going to end up showing. And I do enjoy quite a few PlayStation exclusives. So I'm sure it'll only be fun. Plus, I'm looking forward to seeing the Marvel Spider-Man 2, some gameplay for that, and whatever else they have planned going on. So later in the interview, the executive mentioned Sony's plan to increase PS5 exclusives while keeping PC ports staggered, which I honestly, like, for years now, I've been saying that this is the best approach, in my opinion, based on like an outsider who's not in business, right? My thought process is it makes sense for them to, come out with these titles and then release them on PC later, and that way it's not eating into the PlayStation market, so to speak. The people who were going to wait were either going to wait until later to get the games on a discount, or they were just never going to buy them. So, the PC sales being there is like an added benefit with all of that. This is what Jim Ryan had to say about it. We also fully understand the importance of PS5 exclusive titles. As I mentioned earlier, PlayStation Studios' main responsibility is to have people enjoy the game experience using the latest PlayStation. We are increasing the number of PS5 exclusive titles and staggering the release of the PC version. I often have the opportunity to ask game fans for their opinions, and when I ask them about the time lag, they say that selling the PC version 2 to 3 years after the release of the PS version is accepted favorably. So I think, again, I think that's fair, because the people who are going to play this game day one, we're going to play it regardless, and the people who are not going to play it, we're not going to play it. So getting those PC sales in there is just an added benefit. Now, here's my issue when it comes to their PC ports. I think Returnal did well in regards to how it released, but I believe it was The Last of Us. The Last of Us remake. That port was atrocious. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. So I think that they, as they are going forward and considering the PC platform to be part of their game plan when it comes to releasing these titles, they should, perhaps put more time in for quality control for these PC releases, because releasing games broken doesn't really work out very well in regards to whether or not someone's going to pick up your title. You may be losing out on sales because of that as well. Because I'm not buying any game that's broken, me personally. Like, if I hear about it first, right? Now let's see here. In 2022, which was, again, there's not too much of a time difference between this interview and the one from October 2022, since it's only May currently. So PlayStation Studio head Herman Holtz said that single-player PS5 games would keep at least 1 year of exclusivity on the console, sparking hope that the wait time could be even shorter. So, there's the thing. Language is very intentional. I think there will be like some titles that will have that 1 year like staggered, release schedule. But if Jim Ryan is saying it's going to be longer, then I'd probably go with the 2 to 3 year time gap over the 1 year. But like I said, language is intentional. Him using at least basically says, like, it's possible that it will be like this, but it's not 100%, right? So Let's see here. Let's see here. And then Jim Ryan also revealed today that Sucker Punch's Ghost of Tsushima has sold over 1 million copies in Japan, showing that the Seattle-based studio managed to win the hearts of Japanese gamers with their excellent adaptation of the Mongol invasion. And then Ghost of Tsushima is being adapted into a live-action movie directed by the director of John Wick, which is an excellent series. So it was, these are essentially the highlights in an interview. I would definitely say people should go and check it out for themselves. And I'm very much looking forward to the showcase next week. And I like the concept of titles going to PC. I completely understand why some people would be concerned about it, but like speaking if it's like a year or 2 years or 3 years out, I don't really see the harm in what it could, and clearly the PlayStation brand is doing well, so I believe they'll continue to do what's best for themselves, so alright, that's it for me, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this interview, just a quick little recap of informations essentially, and, peace.